Anyone that follows Madison area soccer eventually comes into contact with Ron Holzhueter. For 47 years, his leadership in the administration, coaching, and promotion of the sport has been crucial to its inception and evolution. Ron's enthusiasm and commitment to soccer are unparalleled, and his contributions are legendary. Ronald, the third child of Irv Holzhueter and Grace Gorder, was born on October 2, 1945 in West Bend, Wisconsin, but moved to a Waterloo farm when he was 10 years old. Older brothers Bob and Jim and younger siblings Jean, Ruth, and Paul comprise what is still a very tightly knit sports-oriented family. Even today, Ron and his siblings play sheepshead for hours at family gatherings and travel to Fort Myers, Florida every January to play baseball for a week. In 1992, Dad Irv died at age 76, doing what he loved to do, playing softball in St. Petersburg with the world-renowned Kids and Cubs. Not surprisingly, Holzhueter followed family tradition by competing in football, basketball, baseball, and track. Dad was a Waterloo All-Conference basketball player and amateur baseball player and coach, while Bob and Jim were high school multi-sport athletes. In fact, brother Bob, the family's man-child, often trained by easily doing push-ups with young Ron lying on his back. Holzhueter's significant sports influences were his elementary school basketball coach Paul Kolander, who had been his parents' teacher, and Don Gruber, his high school coach. Ron was an all-conference football running back, co-captain of the 1964 state tournament basketball team, and the most valuable track athlete in the shot put and high jump at Waterloo High. Although studies in sports dominated much of his time, living on a farm still required daily work with the animals. Ron was a very active officer in the local 4-H club and the Future Farmers of America, and exhibited his purebred Guernsey cows at various county fairs and at the Wisconsin State Fair. Instead of agricultural science, however, Ron went to UW-Platteville to major in math education and play football under another coach that he worshiped, John Barth. At one of Holzhueter's first practices, Barth, who had coached Bob as well, provided early motivation for Ron by commenting, "Ronald, if you can play like Robert, you will be okay." Holzhueter played running back for 2 seasons until his football career was ended in practice when he suffered a severe knee injury. After almost 2 years without the thrill and activity of sports, Ron was eager to try something again. A casual conversation with George Godfrey, a fraternity brother and the soccer captain, convinced him to try out for the team. Early frustrations learning a new sport abounded, but gradually he began to learn the game. His body reacted positively to the activity and his confidence surged. After a month of practice, Holzhueter broke into the starting lineup and later that year was named Most Improved Player. A medical redshirt gave him another semester of school and soccer. After what Ron called his super senior year, he was named co-captain and co-most valuable player. What could have been a devastating personal misfortune turned into a lifelong opportunity for Ron and a significant benefit for the Madison soccer community. Another chance meeting with a soccer player got Holzhueter involved with the Madison Soccer Club, the Madison 56ers of today. Early on, Ron recognized that for the sport to grow, young talent needed to be cultivated and incorporated into the adult leagues. He was instrumental in developing the organizational framework for the 56er Competitor Youth Program, Madison's first. The initial Madison Rangers, a team of high school players, eventually became the important core for the first Madison 56er youth teams. For 35 years, Ron was a board member and a frequent president of 56er soccer. The club is still a significant force in Madison and Wisconsin soccer. Working as a 7th grade math teacher at Madison Memorial Junior High, Ron also coached 9th grade basketball, football, and track, but longed to see a school-based soccer team. In 1970, he began to coordinate the intramural four-lake soccer program at the high school to generate interest in the sport. After 4 years, 130 players and 8 teams were playing in Memorial's Saturday morning activity. Persistent dialogue with the school board blossomed into high school varsity level teams by 1975. Ron was the Memorial boys varsity coach for 27 seasons, winning 14 city titles, 10 conference championships, and the Wisconsin Soccer Coaches Association title in 1981. The WIAA officially recognized soccer for tournament play the next year. He later coached Waunakee boys for 8 years, winning 3 Badger Conference championships. Holzhueter's overall record was 420 wins, 184 losses, and 76 ties. For 19 years, he was also the head assistant for an equally successful Memorial girls program. Today, Ron continues to educate young soccer players as the Verona area high school's junior varsity coach. Holzhueter believed that sports skill development should begin at an early age, so he started the Madison soccer camps, which later became the Capital soccer camps. His camps were Madison's first. Later, he co-founded and co-directed the Badger soccer camps. Over 35 years, thousands of players participated in these programs, which utilized English soccer experts as well as college players to coach. He also organized coaches camps to keep volunteer coaches up to speed on the newest soccer strategies and drills. Once a player developed basic physical skills and an understanding of game strategy, he or she needed a challenging, nurturing playing environment. As a decade-long board member of the Madison Area Youth Soccer Association, Ron's focus was the development of a competitive framework and schedule that still exists. To allow for year-round soccer play, Holzhueter and Jerry Haug established the first indoor soccer facility, the Capital Sports Center. Besides allowing players to compete during the frigid, snowy winters, these facilities also exposed individuals to soccer who might never have played. Ron's vision for soccer went beyond Madison as well. He was a founding member and longtime officer of the Wisconsin Soccer Coaches Association, which promoted the sport on a statewide level. In recognition of his commitment and service to soccer, Ron was inducted in 1992 to the Wisconsin Soccer Association's Hall of Fame. In 2010, he was elected to the Wisconsin Soccer Coaches Association Hall of Fame, and in 2011, he was elected into the Madison Area Soccer's Hall of Fame. Ron thanks his wife Kathy, son Kyle, and daughter Sarah for allowing him to pursue his passion for soccer. He is excited to accept this award for the many soccer coaches, fans, and players in Madison, and for the recognition it gives to the sport he loves. The Madison Sports Hall of Fame Club and Strand Associates Incorporated are honored to welcome Ron Holzhueter into the class of 2017.